potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at the Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your why at the Milwaukee Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
As we welcome you back here to Bob Sheldon Field, getting set for Game 2 of our doubleheader between the Pierre Post States and the Brookings Bandits. As we look at the starting lineups for both teams, as we're getting close to having first pitch. We're actually going to have first pitch coming up here in probably less than a minute, or about a minute, as Brookings about to take the field. It will be Lincoln Harn leading things off. He's playing left field for Brookings. Brett Kershaw, the second baseman, batting second. Henry Hamrick, the first baseman, will bat first. Ashton Whitty, the DH, in the cleanup spot. Sam Harn, the catcher, will bat fifth. Zach Struck, the shortstop, batting sixth. Josh Devine, the third baseman, batting seventh. Peyton Theodosopoulos, the right fielder, will bat eighth. And Austin Clark, the center fielder, will bat ninth for the Bandits. And on the mound will be Nathan Lease, as they'll be looking to try and go for a doubleheader sweep of the eights. For Post States, it is Lincoln Keenels leading things off. He is at the shortstop position. George Stalley is the DH, batting second. Jaden Wiebe will bat third and play second. The cleanup man is Jack Merkwan. He will be batting fourth and also be in center field. Mostly where the cleanup guy is hitting is in fourth. Bennett Dean, he will be playing right field and be batting fifth. Batting sixth is Gary Nedved, as he will play first base. Grayson Hunsley will be batting seventh behind the plate. Matt Hansen, the left fielder, will bat eighth. And Johnny Lyons, the third baseman, will bat ninth for Post States. And to the plates, here is Lincoln Keenels to lead things off for the eights. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Just past 7 o'clock as we're underway here in game number 2 of our doubleheader. The first pitch will miss for ball one at 7:09 here this evening. Lincoln Keenels in game 1 of our doubleheader went 0 for 2. Reached base by a hit by a pitch and also drawing a walk. He did score one of the 4 runs for Post State. That one's outside, and it's now quickly 3-0 here from Nathan Lees, who likes to work quick, but maybe he has to take a breath here before getting back on the mound. The 3-0 pitch, and Keenels will swing away on it, and he'll get a base hit to open up the ball game. Gets the green light on 3-0. And just like that, no hitter is gone, and it will bring up George Stalley, who's the DH in game number 2. Yeah, we're going to see, we go from the spring season to the Legion season, where in the spring ball you have the same guys play a lot of the same positions for the most part, because of the fact that such a short season, I don't want to say games are not as important as you get into the summer year, but you don't have the real opportunity to kind of tinker a lineup and tinker different positions as you do in the summer. Now, you still will kind of have a couple of different guys be in different spots, but for something like summer baseball, while Stalley swings and misses and it's now 1-1, summer baseball, especially coming up this weekend, you'll see different guys in different roles, in different positions. When you're not playing a South Dakota opponent, it doesn't affect you in the seed points, as there's a hit and run, and Stalley just lines it foul down the first base line, so the count is now 1-2 here to the Governor DH. It's not the Governor DH, he's the 8th DH. But you didn't see Stalley DH. You'll see him, DH in here, and he may not DH again for another 20 games in the summer, but you'll see that change happen a little bit more. That one will be floated foul down the first base line, so it still is 1-2. And that's kind of the fun of what summer ball brings is, you'll see Stalley DH. You see Bennett Dean out in right field in this ball game. You'll see him play first base. You'll see him on the mound for the eights. Just different roles for everybody throughout the summer. 1-2 pitch is missed upstairs and outside, and the count's now 2-2. Jaden Wiebe. Then Jack Merkwan will follow Bennett Dean in the 5 spot. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Keenels takes off, and Staley will foul back out of play again. Keenels getting his sprints in right now. Sprinting 90 feet from first to second. He'll jog his way back over to first base. He's had a pretty good spring outside of the baseball diamond. That's Keenels. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Staley. Ground ball, right side, diving off the glove of the first baseman. It will be an infield single for Staley as that ball went scooting off the first baseman's glove of Hamrick all the way out towards second base, where it's picked up by the shortstop and struck. It ends up being an infield single for Staley. Now first and second here for the Eights with nobody out. And here's Jaden Wiebe. So Jaden Wiebe had early opportunity for an RBI. First pitch misses for ball 1. We'll go around defensively here in just a little bit for the Brookings Bandits. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Wiebe. Swings through that one, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. Wiebe in game number 1 went 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch twice. An RBI when he got hit by a pitch the first time. 1-1 pitch, that's grounded up. Back to the pitcher, throw to second for 1. No chance to throw Wiebe out at first, so it turns into a fielder's choice. There's now 1 down, score at 1-6 in the fielder's choice. And it'll bring up Merkwan with 2 on and 1 out. So defensively here for the Brookings Bandits, it is Lincoln Harden out in left, Austin Clark in center, and Peyton Theodosopoulos out in right. Josh Devine at third, Zach Struck at short, Breck Hirschoff at second, Henry Hamrick at first, Sam Harden on the behind the plate as Nathan Lease is on the mound. He throws that one over the first baseman, and back in safely is Wiebe. Lease is going against Jet Zabel, his counterpart in the mound for Post 8. That one's grounded back to the pitcher again. Throw to second for 1. Back to first. Another double play. And the Governors and Post 8's unable to get the first run of the ball game in as they go down on a 1-6-3 double play to finish out the inning. So no runs on 2 hits. There was no errors and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the first. No score between Pierre and Brookings. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on a KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
The count may change with every pitch, but what doesn't change is God's love for you. Come join us at Faith Lutheran Church to hear about the God who blesses us with athletic skill, meaningful relationships, and the peace and comfort that comes from His Son, Jesus. You can worship on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. or on Sunday mornings at 8:30 or 11 a.m. Faith Lutheran Church is up the hill at 714 North Grand and happy to support our athletes, their families, and our community.
Here in the bottom of the first inning, as Jed Zabel is on the mound for Post 8, making his season debut for the Eights, as he'll go against Lincoln Harden, the left fielder, to open things up here in the bottom of the first. We talked about his numbers last year for Post 8, and to go through them again, he went 5 innings, and his 1 outing was a start. He got the win. Did not allow an earned run, and had a 1.4 whip in those 5 innings. As the first pitch is outside for ball 1. He allowed 3 walks and 3 strikeouts, along with 4 hits in those 5 innings. There's a fly ball to center field. Jack Merkwan is right there. I mean, it was almost right to him. And the first man is retired here in the bottom of the first inning. And it will bring up Breck Hirschoff. Hansen is out in left. Merkwan out in center, and Dean is in right. At third base is Johnny Lyons. Keenels at short. Wiebe at second. Nedved at first, and Grayson Hunsley will catch ball one from Jet Zabel on the mound to Breck Hershoff, the second baseman. Picked up the win on the mound in game one. Swings and misses at that 1-0 pitch, and it's now 1-1. Through the spring season for Jet Zabel, 20 in the third innings, an ERA of 3.44, and a whip of 1.91. That was on the outside edge. It's now 1-2. In a complete game shutout against O'Gorman, which basically turns into Renner. 1-2 pitch, spoiling it out of play is Hershoff, and the count remains at 1-2. He did not throw against Brookings in the spring, but he's looking to maybe replicate a gem that Keenels threw against Brookings and his gem that against O'Gorman. That one's outside, and it's now 2-2. Here to Breck Hershoff. We followed by Henry Hamrick and then Ashton Whitty, if any of those two are able to reach base. 2-2 pitch. That one's flown out to center field, a little bit deeper this time. Merkwan going back, it's over his head. It's going to be extra bases here for Breck Hershoff. He rounds second, he's on his way to third, but he thinks better of it. He stops at second with a one-out double. And it'll bring up now Henry Hamrick with an opportunity to drive in the game's first run. Post State had that opportunity in the top of the first to score, but unable to. So now it's a opportunity for Brookings, showing bunting, pulling it back for ball one as Hamrick, the number 3 hitter. And Hamrick in game number 1 went 0 for 2, struck out, flew out, and he also drew a walk and came around to score. Here's the 1-0 from Zabel to Hamrick. It was high and outside, now 2-0. Zabel had some strong outings for the Pierre Governors in the spring. That one is skied out to left field. Hangs up long enough. Hansen will make the catch. Throw coming in, easily cut off by Keenels. There's 2 away. And it will bring up Ashton Whitty. And Whitty, the DH, will have an opportunity again to drive in the game's first run. Whitty went 1 for 1 with a single. He reached base all 3 times. 2 walks and a single for Whitty in game number 1. Here's the first pitch to him. That one's right down the middle for strike 1 to Ashton Whitty. And Whitty last year hit .219 for the Bandits with 5 RBIs only in those 36 games that was played by Brookings. That was in the outside edge. It's now 0-2. He played in 30 of those 36 for the Bandits. Counts 0-2 here to Whitty. Zabel looking, he can go anywhere with this 0-2 pitch, trying to get maybe Whitty to chase. 0-2 pitch, runner takes off. Pitch inside, taken for a ball. And stealing third will be Hershoff. So now a base hit will score him without a doubt. And Zabel will now work from the windup. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball left side. Fielded by Lyons over at third. The throw across is in time to get Whitty. Good play by Johnny Lyons over at third base to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 1 completes here in game 2 of our doubleheader. No score between Brookings and Pierre. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Top of the second. No score between Pierre and Brookings, as it will be 5, 6, and 7 for the Eights. Bennett Dean to lead things off, followed by Gary Nedved and Grayson Hunsley. Dean did not record an official at-bats in game number 1. He had a sac fly RBI, but he drew 3 walks with the sac fly RBI. Swung the bat just twice. Here's the first pitch to him. He'll swing at that one out towards left center field. That's down for a base hit, and Bennett Dean will lead things off with his first hit of the summer. And the Eights are in business here to open up once again here in this second inning. Gary Nedved now to the plates. So Dean has reached base in 4 of 5 trips to the plate, and the only time he didn't reach base, he drove in a run with a sac fly. First pitch to Nedved, taken at the top of the zone on the outside edge, and it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball left side, fielded by the shortstop Struck. Throw to second for 1, back to first, not going to be in time. And there's now 1 on and 1 out, a fielder's choice. But Lease has got to be careful. He's nearly didn't come to a stop on that last pitch. As there's 1 on and 1 out now, another fielder's choice for Nedved, and Grayson Hunsley will come to the plate. But that last pitch, Lease was, this one is a much more defined stop and coming set for Lease on that pitch as it counts 1-0, but it was very close to not stopping. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Hunsley will ground that one left side. Is a fair ball. The throw across is not going to be. Is going to be wide of the bag. And a rounding third now is Nedved. He's going to be held up at third base as the right fielder in Theodosopoulos was able to come in and pick the ball up and keep Nedved over at third base. But the throw from the third baseman Devine was offline. Be an air charge to the third baseman. It's second and third with 1 away, and here's now Matt Hansen. First pitch is outside for ball 1. I believe it will be just a straight air, no hit and air, because Hunsley would have been out at first base if that throw was on the money. But nobody was covering third base, so it would have been interesting if Nedved would have taken off for third if the play had been made over at first. If he would have been able to make it there or would have tested it all. It counts now 3-0 here to Matt Hansen with the base open. Johnny Lyons waits on deck, and Hansen probably taking all the way here. 3-0 pitch. He does take all the way. It is a strike, and the count's now 3-1 to the Eights left fielder. Here's a 3-1. Comes inside, draws a walk. Bases are now loaded here with 1 away. And here's Johnny Lyons. So outside of Hansen drawing a walk, it has been everybody's put the ball in play and have reached base with a single, fielder's choice, an error, and now a walk. First pitch, the bottom of the zone, 0-1. This is Johnny Lyons' first at-bat here as a Post-State Senior Legion man. And in the season for Johnny Lyons, hit .219. That one's floated out towards left center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And there's an RBI for Johnny Lyons. Little floater from Lyons, and the Eights are on the board first here in game number 2. An RBI single for the third baseman. And now it's back to the top of the order. The Eights did this 5 through 9 in the order. And now they get the top with an opportunity to add to it. Bases are still loaded here with 1 out in the top of the second. Here's the first pitch to Keenholz. Upstairs for ball one. He singled on a 3-0 count to open play up here in the game number 2. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Keenholz grounds it left side. That's going to get through for a base hit. It's a 2-0 lead. They're going to hold up Hansen at third base. And the Eights with back-to-back singles going station to station. It's a 2-0 lead. Back-to-back RBI singles. So now here is George Stalley, who also singled his first trip to the plate. Third hit of the inning already for Post State. Here's the first pitch to Stalley. He'll ground that one right side. That'll be fielded by the second baseman. Throw will get Hershoff will get Stalley at first, but not before another run comes in to score another RBI. On the ground out, second and third, the Eights still have 2 men in scoring position with 2 outs. Hansen comes in to score. 3-0 is their score now for the Eights. And Jaden Wiebe with a base hit can make it a 5 spot here for Post States. And he'll try and go the other way out towards right field, but it will hang up long enough for Theodosopoulos to make the play. And it retires aside here in the second inning. But 8 men come to the plate. 3-run score on 3 hits in the inning, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. We have played an inning and a half, and the Eights lead at 3-0 over the Brookings Bandits. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC. When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Jed Zabel has ball one thrown to Sam Harden. Here in the bottom of the second, that pitch is popped up left side. Lincoln Keenholz backpedaling from the edge of the turf to the outfield grass. He'll make the catch, and the leadoff man is taken care of. And now Zach Struck. Sam Harden pops out, Zach Struck, and now Josh Devine. 5, 6, and 7. Here in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the first pitch to Struck. That one taken for strike one. Again, Zach Struck, he had the best game of anybody in game number 1. Went 2 for 3. A double, 4 runs driven in. 2 RBI double, 2 RBI single in his first 2 trips to the plate. It's a little bit harder to keep that 4 RBI average up. Although he is... he came to the plate 3 times, the 1 time without anybody on base. There's a 1-2 hopper over to Keenholz at short. The throw is low, but dug out by Nedved over at first base. And there's 2 down. Now here in the bottom of the second. And it's now Josh Devine, the third baseman, who in game number 1 went 0 for 1, walked twice, came around to score once, and also ground out to Keenholz over at short. First pitch over for strike 1 to Devine. The big inning here for Post State. Here in the bottom of the second, looking for a big 0 after picking up a 3 spot. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is taken for a strike. Now 0-2 here to Devine. Zabel looking for that 1-2-3 inning. And here's the 0-2 pitch. He's going to get that 1-2-3 inning. The throw is going to go to first base, and it is in time, and that will retire the side. Although the umpire never made a signal that he swung, but I guess that's going to be strike 3, and everybody's all good with it. A 1-2-3 inning for Jet Zabel. Gets the strikeout to finish it out, and we head to the top of the third inning with a 3-0 lead here for Post State. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your healthcare is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Jack Merquan will step to the plate. First pitch is outside for ball 1. He grounded into an inning-ending double play in the top of the first inning. He's 0 for 1 so far. He didn't pick up his first 2 hits of the season. That one's popped up right side, near foul territory, but it's going to land on the line for a base hit. That landed fair by maybe a foot. And the leadoff man is on base to open things up here in the top of the third inning. That's the third straight leadoff single for Post State in this ball game. As Bennett Dean, who had one of those 3 leadoff singles, he's back to the plate. Merquan was the only guy that did not come to the plate in the top of the second. So now Dean will hit with a runner on first and nobody out in the top of the third. First pitch to him will miss low for ball 1. Dean was retired then on a fielder's choice. Then the 8s rattled off a couple of hits. There's Merquan, a late steal, but he's going to steal it easily as it was taken for a strike. And the catcher in Hardin didn't realize that he took off for second. By the time he did, the throw was well late. Merquan didn't get the best jump, but it turns in from maybe a bad first step to a good first step. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Dean will sky that out toward right field. Backing up, still backing up, is the right fielder, and Theodosopoulos will make the catch. Tagging from second to third will be Merquan, and a good productive out for the 8s. And the first down here in the top of the third. When a runner moves up 90 feet to third base. The on-base percentage from Dean drops below 1,000 now. Here's Gary Nedved. First pitch swinging, pops it up towards right center field. Moving over, Theodosopoulos dives, but he can't make the catch. And coming in to score will be Merquan, and it's an RBI single for Gary Nedved. And the 8s are now up 4-0. And Post State jumping on Nathan Lease right away. Not in terms of them just scoring, which they have, but they're not waiting around for a lot of pitches to be thrown from Nathan Lease. They're looking to jump right away. Grayson Hunsley will take first pitch away for ball 1. Hunsley reached on an error and a ground ball that was right down the third base line. The throw was wide for the third baseman, Devine. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Hunsley will ground that one back up the middle. Backhanded. Step on the bag for 1. Throw to first is not going to be in time, so it goes down as a fielder's choice. It's like the third time that the 8s have grounded into a fielder's choice in this game. 4U on the fielder's choice. So now it's Matt Hansen with a runner on first and 2 away. And the 8s lead it 4-0. First pitch, Hansen swings and fouls it off the end of the bat, top of the barrel, and it's 0-1. Hansen walked and came around to score, which made it 3-0 at the time. It's now a 4-0 lead for the 8s. That goes off the catcher's glove of Sam Hardin, and it goes to the backstop. We're taking second easily will be Hunsley. So now the count is 1-1. And 90 feet away, or moving up 90 feet, is Hunsley. So he is in scoring position here with 2 away. A base hit could drive him in as he's going to be off with contact. No action in the bullpen right now for the Bandits. 1-1 count, 4-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning. The Aids have scored a run on 2 hits so far here in the inning. Looking for maybe their 3rd hit and their 2nd run. 1-1 pitch, misses low, and it's now 2-1. Get you our weekend schedule coming up here with the Veterans Classic coming up Thursday through Sunday out in Rapid City. The count's now 3-1 to Matt Hansen. The Eights will be playing at the Fitz, just like they did back in 2020. There's a ground ball up the middle. Be fielded by the shortstop and struck, but he bobbled the ball. Ends up going down, and he's going to be an error. And it keeps the inning alive. Just I guess it would look like maybe an early season error, but not the way that Zach Struck was, or I guess maybe Nathan Leafs was hoping to have this inning come to an end. He thought maybe that inning was going to end. Instead, now with runners at the corners, Johnny Lyons, who got the scoring started, will come back to the plate. An RBI single that gave the Eights a 1-0 lead just last inning. Leafs will come set from the stretch. Here's the first pitch. Lyons will rip that one down the line and fair. Another RBI hit for Johnny Lyons. Rounding second inning for third is Hansen. The throw coming in. He's trying to get the tag. He's trying to avoid the tag, but he ends up getting thrown out at third base, does Hansen. But not before the run does come in to score for Grayson Hunsley. It goes down as another RBI single for Johnny Lyons. And Post States, they now lead it 5-0 over Brookings after 2.5. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Verdig Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Verdig Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Verdig Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Verdig Electric, 224-8684.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heat-A-Later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heat-A-Later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-A-Later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
And as the bottom of the third inning, and Post States leads it 5-0 over the Brookings Bandits. John Winkler here on this Tuesday evening. Jacob Mayer back at the station. The Eights are looking to split this opening doubleheader of the season before traveling out to Rapid City on Thursday through Sunday. They will play at 5:30 Central Time against Laramie on Thursday, and then play the first game of the day on Friday, which is a 9 a.m. local time, 10 a.m. Central Time, starting against Cheyenne, Wyoming. Before then, Saturday playing a doubleheader. First pitch to Peyton Theodosopoulos will be taken high for ball 1. They will play post 400 North Dakota at a Fargo. Then Bellevue to finish out the round-robin portion. They will play Sunday. That will all be determined on how they do in the pool, as it counts now 3-0. And what Post 22 and 320 are doing with the teams that are South Dakota, there's 8 teams in each pool. 3-0 pitch as it get me over strike, and it's now 3-1. The South Dakota teams do not face each other in pool play. They might face each other in the the pool, the final day, the championship, second place, third place games, all that sort. There's a leadoff walk to Theodosopoulos. And we'll bring up Austin Clark, the center fielder. That will help maybe save just not having to worry about playing South Dakota opponents except for maybe Sunday. Just get some baseball games in. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. So they'll play at 5:30 on Thursday. We'll have that one for you. That's our only game. And then Friday, 10 a.m. first pitch, Central Time. These are Central Times for those that are not making the trip. That one's at the knees. It's now 1-1. That'll be their only game on Friday is at 10 a.m. And then Saturday, they'll play a doubleheader starting at 4 o'clock Central Time at 4 and 6:30. And then wait to see who they will play then on Sunday. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That one's fouled back, and it's 1-2 here to Austin Clark. So we'll have all those games, and Sunday's game might be on Capital City Rock, but still streaming on YouTube at KCCR Sports, as we may have to move for the church service on Sunday. 1-2 pitch. That one missed low, and it's now 2-2. That might be the case for a couple of Sunday games that'll be played throughout the season. On the tournament side, may have to move the game over on the radio station to Capital City Rock, but stay on KCCR Sports on YouTube. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. It was a slow roller, so no chance to get anybody, but it was hit by the guy going to second. So he is out. Theodosopoulos ended up hitting the baseball, so Wiebe unable to field it. And the umpire calling out the third base coach for Brookings to talk about this. And Wiebe had no chance to make the play. So either if it was touched by Wiebe first, Theodosopoulos ended up basically kicking the glove or kicking the ball. And if Wiebe never got a chance to field it, it's really Theodosopoulos has got to be out either way. Because he did not give Wiebe a chance to field the ball. So Theodosopoulos is out. It'll go down as a fielder's choice for Austin Clark, and it'll go as a 4U with Wiebe being the closest man to make the play. And now here's Lincoln Hart in the top of the order. But because either the ball was hit first from Theodosopoulos, which automatically means he's out, or he impeded Wiebe to make the play on the fielding attempt. Now, if Wiebe fields it, tries to tag him, and then drops the ball, that's a different story. But Wiebe never had an opportunity to make that play happen as the first pitch is outside for ball 1. So because he was unable to make an attempt at a play, because of Theodosopoulos, he ends up being out. Pickoff attempt, and back in standing up easily is Austin Clark. So, and Wiebe gets credit for the outs, with him being the closest man over to the play, which he was trying to make the play. Here's a 1-0 pitch. The miss is low, and it's now 2-0. Harden flew out to center field in the bottom of the first inning. He's 0 for 1. He is still looking for a second hit. He had a triple. There's a ground ball left side. Keenholz will field it short. He hesitates. The throw is low. Gets underneath Gary Nedved. Nedved will pick it back up, but no chance to get the runner over at third base. So it's now first and third, and it will end up going down as an E6. Charge to Lincoln Keenholz, and now Breck Hershoff. He was looking to go to second, but then maybe didn't get the ball cleanly out of the glove, so he turned and fired it first and ended up being low where Nedved unable to pick it out. So now there's runners at the corners with one away, and Coach Brian White will make his way out and have a conversation with the entire infield right now. The first error of the ball game against the Eights. And a quick mound visit. Breck Hershoff now to the plate. Hershoff doubled over the head of Jack Merquan in his first trip to the plate. The Eights lead at 5-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Ground ball can still get you out of this inning without any damage. Here's the first pitch. Just a bit outside for ball one. Good take there from Hershoff. They check him out behind the mound, but again, that's probably 90% of the time the umpire's not going to say he went. I wouldn't even say 90, probably 99% of the time he's not going to say he went. It's going to be really obvious for him to say that he ended up making an attempt on a swing. There's a pickoff attempt from Zabel, and back in, diving back in at first base is Harden. Count is 1-0. Here to Hershoff. Here's a 1-0 pitch from Zabel. After a long pause, runner takes off. A pitch in the turf, blocked up nicely by Hunsley. Harden will easily take second base because that pitch went in the turf. So it's now 2-0 count with the runners at second and third and one away. Zabel will go from the windup, and you'll trade an out for a run with a 5-0 advantage right now. 2-0 pitch, catches the top of the zone, now 2-1. Here to Breck Hershoff. The Hershoff, Whitty, Struck all in the lineup as for Brookings, also part of the hockey team for the Rangers. Counts 3-1 here to Hershoff. Johnny Lyons, Grayson Hunsley for the White Capitals. That one's flown out towards right center field. Benedine will go back to make the catch. Runners both will tag. Everybody will move up 90 feet. It's now a 5-1 ball game. They do get an out for a run. Harden takes third base. Clark comes in to score. And an RBI sac fly for Hershoff. And there's now two down. And it brings up Henry Hamrick, who's trying to inch a little bit closer here for the Bandits. A base hit would make it a 5-2 ball game. First pitch misses low for ball one. Good take there from Hamrick. Good off-speed pitch from Jet Zabel. Here's the 1-0. That's high and outside, now 2-0. Tomorrow here on KCCR, we'll have Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, speaking of hockey. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the New York Rangers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. 2-0 pitch. That one's taken at the knees. It's now 2-1. We'll join coverage and might actually be able to get out maybe for tip-off of Game 1 of the NBA Finals on Thursday after post-8. That one's outside. It's now 3-1. We'll have Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals on Friday. Here's a 3-1 pitch. That one's right down the middle. It's now 3-2. Zabel trying to avoid a two-out walk, which would be his second of the inning and second of the ball game, or just in terms of walks. Time is called. Now still 3-2. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That's outside. It is a two-out walk, and the runners are now in the corners. It's Ashton Whitty.
Number 7, Ashton Whitty.
So base hit again from Whitty would make it a 5-2 ball game. We'll see if Henry Hamrick will try and take second base to put two guys in scoring positions. Was able to lefty, comes set from the stretch. First pitch. Runner takes off late to second. The throw to second will bounce. Keenels, now they're in a pickle, but everybody will get back over. And it's still first and third. So it was ball one. It was a delayed steal, designed steal from Hamrick trying to get into a pickle for a run to score. But the runner at third and Harden didn't take off to try and score. And Hamrick was still trying to bait Keenels into throwing to first base. Now a pickoff attempt and back diving in safely. Again is Hamrick. It was a little bit of an odd play, but by design from the Bandits. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Zabel, a long pause. There's a line shot towards left center field. That's down for a base hit. Rounding second, heading for third. Hanson, the throw coming in. Cut off by Keenels. It's an RBI single for Ashton Whitty, and it's still first and third, and it's a 5-2 ball game. Hamrick did not break stride on the base hit, ends up at third, and now it's Sam Harden with a base hit. Could pull them now within 2. Here's the first pitch taken for strike 1. Good off-speed pitch there from Zabel. We're back in for a strike. Sam Harden popped out to short in his first trip to the plate. Here's the 0-1 from Zabel. Runner takes off. Misses low for ball 1. It nearly got behind Hunsley. Taking second. Actually, it did get behind Hunsley, but nearly got farther behind. And the umpire trying to tiptoe his way away from the ball. Counts 1-1. Runners at second and third. Upstairs now 2-1. A base hit could make it a 5-4 game. They've done this so far with just 1 hit in the inning, and that 1 hit drove in the second run of the inning. Here's a 2-1. That one is taken for a strike. A good curveball that really is hard to do anything with. It was for Sam Harden. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zabel, the 2-2. In the turf, blocked up by Hunsley. The count is full at now 3-2. Bases open over at first, but then Zach Struck will come to the plate. He's been able to drive in 2 runs. When he's had guys on base, he's driven in 2 runs in each of his 2 trips to the plate. Here is now the 3-2 pitch. That's outside. It's another 2-out walk. The inning continues, and now it's Zach Struck.
Number 11, Zach Struck.
And what looked like a potential harmless inning of 1-run scoring still may not end up to be a lot, but the bases are loaded with 2 away. And Zach Struck, who has done a lot of damage for Brookings in Game 1, has an opportunity now here. First pitch right down the middle. Good off-speed there from Zabel, and it's 0-1. A little bit scary there in that pitch. Or they throw back from Hunsley. Zabel had to move to his left to make the catch. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Just misses a bit outside, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. As some activity now in the bullpen out in left field. Like maybe Brecken Kruger is the guy that's going to go warm up. 1-1 pitch. That one is at the knees and is now 1-2. The 4 guys on the bench between Isaac Pollock, Connor Brewer, Spencer Lettler, and Brecken Kruger. Expect maybe it is Brecken Kruger that is warming up. Here's the 1-2. He looks at it for strike 3, and he'll go down with the bases loaded, does Zach Struck. And a big strikeout for Zabel. Just his second of the ball game. 2 runs do score on just 1 hit in the inning. There was 1 error and 3 men left on base. So we have played 3 completes, and the 8s lead at 5-2 over the Bandits. You're listening to Post-State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Hey, let's go. We're going to be late for the baseball game.
I know. My air conditioner is letting me down like our middle reliever last game. I have to give someone a call.
That's easy. Call in the closer, AirTech Heating and Cooling. They use Coleman brand heaters and air conditioners, and like our team's closer, AirTech with Coleman products give us quality and dependability we can trust to win the game.
You're right. I'm going to the bullpen. AirTech, I need you. Top of the 4th inning. It is a 5-2 lead here for the 8s over Brookings here at Bob Sheldon Field, and it is the top of the order. Lincoln Keenholz, George Stalley, and Jaden Wiebe. Keenholz is 2 for 2. 2 singles, an RBI single, in the top of the second, part of that 3-run inning that gave the Eights their 3-run lead, as the first pitch misses for ball 1 from Nathan Lease. As we hit the middle portion of this ball game, that one is on the outside edge, taken for a strike. It's now 1-1. Didn't hear him say strike. I think he probably did say it, but he's the home plate umpire, and that one's grounded foul. It's now 1-2. It's very deliberate and methodical with his strike calls. Love it. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Lincoln Kienholz. That one is popped up right side, taking his hat off to the first baseman, moving out to right field, though, is Theodosopoulos to make the catch. The leadoff man is retired. Hamrick said, forget the hat, don't need it, don't want it to get in the way. And it's the right fielder, Theodosopoulos, that still makes the catch. And the leadoff man retired here in the top of the fourth. First time that Kienholz has been retired. George Staley, he's 1 for 2. Reached with a base hit in the first inning and then grounded out with an RBI in the second. Here's the first pitch to him, swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Staley led the team in slugging percentage in the 2021 spring season. And they'll foul that one back, and it's now 0-2. .561 slugging percentage for George Staley. Kienholz was right behind him at .557, but he had 5 doubles, 5 triples, and 17 runs driven in for Staley. That one is upstairs, and it's now 1-2. I mean, really, you look at what George Staley did in the spring. Because of what he did in the spring, he easily earned himself a spot on this senior legion team, as he's a rising sophomore. But he just played so well throughout the spring, and I think he by far exceeded every expectation that the coaching staff had in the spring. That was off the glove of the pitcher. The throw to first is going to be wide. Staley around first. He's on his way to second. The speed of Staley, the throw coming in, and they still got him out at second base. Staley tried to make his way to second on the throwing error from the second baseman Hershoff. It still goes down as an error because Staley reached base, but then he is thrown out, so it goes 1-4, 3-6, because the pitcher did get a piece of it, as it's now Jaden Wiebe, and he'll take the first pitch for strike 1. To wrap up the thought of George Staley, I don't think the coaching staff was expecting him to hit as well as he did, as the count's 1-1. He just got the opportunity out in Sioux Falls early part of the season and ran with it, where he got to the point where you're saying, okay, well, he's earned another start, and then he didn't just earn another start, he earned his way into always being in the lineup, always starting. And he then continued past that and earned himself a spot in the senior legion team. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Wiebe out towards left field. It will drop down. Lincoln Harden, though, is right there to make the catch and retire the side. A uncharacteristic 1-2-3 inning, because there was no runs and no hits, but there was an error and no one left on base. We played 3.5. It's still a 5-2 lead here for Post State over the Brookings Bandits. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
As we welcome you back here, the count is 1-1 to the number 7 here, Josh Devine. I don't think Jet Zabel, I think he took like one warm-up toss and he was ready to go. But the count is 1-1 here to Devine as we open up play in the bottom of the fourth inning. That one's right down the middle, now 1-2 here to Devine. He's 0 for 1, struck out swinging. His first trip to the plate. Here's the 1-2. That one will hit him on the thigh, and Devine will be a leadoff man here for the Bandits in the bottom of the fourth, and it brings up Peyton Theodosopoulos. Theodosopoulos, he walked and then was in that odd play where he ended up getting called out for obstruction. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Here's the first pitch to Theodosopoulos, misses outside for ball one. Nothing makes me more proud than being able to say Theodosopoulos correctly multiple times. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that one is skied out towards right field. Bennett Dean still going back on it. It's going to get over his head. It's going to go up against the wall. Rounding second, heading for third. It will end up being a double for Theodosopoulos. And he is in scoring position. First two men have reached base. Second and third with nobody out. And it brings up Austin Clark. A base hit can make this a one-run ball game. And for Post State, who led 5-0, now all of a sudden it's a 5-2 score. Here's the first pitch. Misses outside for ball one. Clark reaching a fielder's choice. First trip, he came around to score. The first run for the Bandits. That one misses outside, and it's now 2-0. Brecken Kruger was warming up last inning, not warming up right now. Here's the 2-0. That one will bounce in, now 3-0 the count. On deck, top of the order, Lincoln Harden. Here's the 3-0 pitch. It ends up hitting him, and that kind of ends up being a blessing in disguise for Post State, because that was going to get away from Hunsley and was going to make it a 5-3 ball game. It's still going to be ball four either way, but now the bases are loaded, and we will have a pitching change. Brecken Kruger is not going to come in to pitch. He's going to go out to the outfield, and it looks like maybe Matthew Hansen is going to come in and pitch. Either way, we'll give you the setup for the bases loaded and nobody out, and a new pitcher for Post State. Back in a minute. You listen to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Did you ever hear the real story about the old woman who lived in a shoe? Who had so many children she didn't know what to do? Well, in the story, she wasn't given much credit. Believe me, she knew what to do, all right. She called my mom, Tara, at Kathy Sunshine Properties. She told my mom she wanted a house with 5 bedrooms and a large yard with room to run. Tara found her the perfect house and sold the shoe to a one-legged basketball player.
For your happily ever after, give me a call at Kathy Sunshine Properties, 605-224-5588. That's 224-5588. Visit contactkathy.com. or stop by our new location at 301 West Capitol Avenue in Pierre.
So it's going to be Lincoln Keenels on the mound here for the Post-States, for the Eights, as he will inherit the bases loaded and nobody out. In the bottom of the fourth, the tying run is on first base, and Keenels will have the top of the order to deal with. Brecken Kruger is in the game. Matthew Hansen comes in and will play short. And I believe Brecken Kruger will be in center and Merkwan will move to left, but we'll make sure about that before we really tell you. But Lincoln Keenels on the mound here. He had a gem of a game against Brookings in their 4-1 win in the spring. Went all 7 innings, allowing 3 runs on, allowing 3 hits on and 1 run. It was earned. He had 2 walks and 10 strikeouts. Threw 101 pitches in those 7 innings. Here in this game, most likely won't hit that 100-pitch count. Hope not to hit that 100-pitch count as he comes in the bottom of the fourth, but he has the bases loaded in the top of the order to deal with. So they're going to keep. Well, they are going to put Kruger out in center field and move Merkwan over to left. And the leadoff man in the order, Lincoln Harden, will come to the plate. So bases are loaded with nobody out. Lincoln Harden, who reached on air last time he came to the plate, has an opportunity to put this game with, no, they are in striking distance right now. I mean, a base hit can tie the ball game up, or an extra base hit would tie the ball game up. Here's the first pitch from Keenels. That one will miss low for ball 1. No room for error here for Lincoln Keenels, but you're going to put one guy in this situation. Lincoln Keenels might be who you want to put in there. 1-0 pitch. That one is popped up. It'll be in the infield. Infield fly is called, so Hansen will make the catch. Regardless of making that catch or not, he was out. And there's now 1 down. And just like that, a ground ball now can get you out of this inning. Here's Breck Hershoff, who doubled and also has sac fly RBI. That was back in the bottom of the third. That made it a 5-1 ball game. Now it's 5-2. Bases are loaded with 1 out. Here's the first pitch. That one's taken for strike 1. Keenels last summer threw 31 innings, allowed 10 runs in those 31 innings, 16 hits allowed. There's a swing and a miss by Hershoff, as that one was well low and outside. The count's now 0-2. Had an ERA of 2.26 and a whip of 1.1 on the season. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Looked out for strike 3. Paints the outside corner. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to Breck Hershoff. First strikeout of the evening for Lincoln Keenels, and now there's 2 away. And here's Henry Hamrick. You're not out of the inning yet. This isn't a just because you got the first 2 guys out doesn't mean the third man is going to be just that easy. Hamrick so far, he's 0 for 1, flew out to left field and drew a walk. Can't let the guard down with just the first 2 guys retired. Here's the first pitch, swing and a miss to Hamrick, and it's 0-1. Bases are loaded. Hit by pitch, a double, and another man hit by a pitch. Devine at third, Theodosopoulos at second, and Clark at first. Here's the 0-1 to Hamrick. Looked at, but called a strike, and it's now 0-2. And Keenels can go anywhere here with this pitch, and a ball that's in the turf, you can step on home. You don't have to throw it to first base. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And that one's lined up the middle. Coming in, it's going to drop in for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. And Lincoln Keenels, who nearly was able to retire all 3 guys in order. A 2-strike, 2 RBI single for Henry Hamrick. And it makes it a 1-run ball game. And a bleeder up the middle. That Keenels nearly had it. Nearly had that inning. But instead it continues. First and second, 2 away, and the score is now 5-4. A base hit ties the ball game up. Here's Ashton Whitty. First pitch is off of Hunsley. Taken for a strike. It's now second and third with 2 away. And now becomes a base hit, could give the Bandits the lead. They've scored the last 4 runs. And they trail it 5-4. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is taken for a strike. Now 0-2. Keenels had Hamrick 0-2 in the count before the base hit. Here's the 0-2 from Keenels to Whitty. Chopper, that's grounded foul. Remains at 0-2. Keenels trying to find his way out of this inning. Whitty is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. He made a 5-2 ball game. Now he's got a chance to potentially make it a 5-5 or a 6-5 ball game. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Both States struck for 3 in the second, 2 in the third, but then 2 in the third and 2 in the fourth for the Bandits. Have made it a 1-run game. 0-2 pitch. That's high for ball 1. Keenel's trying to get him to chase above the letters. Whitty was able to hold off. Here's the 1-2. Fouling it away is Whitty, just being able to get a piece of it. 2-strike approach from Whitty has been good all day. Might have been ball 2, but not leaving it up to the chance of the umpire to make the call. Here's the 1-2. That one is fouled again by Whitty. Just finding a way to spoil off a pitch after pitch. And, Keenels doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes, but just trying to find something to drive is Ashton Whitty. From the windup, the 1-2 once again. Comes inside, nearly gets him, but it misses inside, and it's now 2-2. Whitty doesn't crowd the plate, but he also isn't far away from the plate. He's tied in there, so everybody thought maybe he was going to get a hit, maybe he was going to be strike 3. That's going to get behind Grayson Hunsley. So it's now a 5-5 ball game. Count is now 3-2. And the go-ahead run is standing at third base. And what was a 5-0 lead is now a 5-5 score. Here's now the 3-2 pitch from Keenels to Whitty. Off the end of the bats, coming in is Lyons. And one had the spin off to the side, and Lyons couldn't barehand it. So it's now a 6-5 lead. The English that Ashton Whitty had on that ball off the end of the bat proves to be an infield single for Ashton Whitty because John Lyons had just absolutely no opportunity. He stuck the right hand out at the last second because the ball just spun off the turf. So it's now a 6-5 lead for Brookings. They've scored 4 in this inning. That one went low for ball 1 to Sam Harden, who drew a walk his last trip to the plate. 8th man to come to the plate in this inning. They had 8 guys come to the plate in the third, now another 8 here in the fourth. Here's the 1-0. That one's at the knees, and it's now 1-1. As a officer comes going speeding past behind center field. See that on YouTube. Count is 1-1 with 2 outs, runner on first base. Pickoff attempt, diving back in safely is Whitty. He's now 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. So there's a second time here today that Brookings is putting up a 4 spot. They did so in the 3rd inning in game 1, now here in the 4th inning in game 2. That one will bounce in. Good block there from Hunsley, and the count's now 2-1 to Sam Harden. 0 for 1, popped out to short, and also walked. Keenels came in. All 3 runs are charged against Jet Zabel. He will finish giving up 5 runs. Runner takes off, great jump from Whitty. Taken for a strike is now 2-2, but there's no chance for a throw from Grayson Hunsley to get Whitty. Wisely held on to the ball, and the count is now 2-2. Base hit could extend the lead now for Brookings. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball left side, fielded by Hansen over at short. The throw across is wide of the bag, and as Nedved came off the bag to make the catch, the inning continues still here for the Eights.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 11, Zach Struck.
And Coach Brian White will make his way out to the mound. Runners at first and third. And an air charge to Matt Hansen. Second air of the ball game now here for Post States. And runners are at the corners with 2 away. And Coach White with the mound visit trying to slow things down here. Zach Struck, the shortstop, is up. He's looking to find a way to extend this lead, and this inning did not go the way for Post State. First 3 men reached base, hit by pitch, double, and hit by pitch. They got an infield fly pop out from Lincoln Harden. Hershaw struck out looking. And then with an 0-2 count, Henry Hamrick had a 2 RBI single. An RBI single from Whitty. And now reaching on an air is Harden, as the first pitch will miss low to Zach Struck, who is 0 for 2. And he's the 9th man to come to the plate in the inning. Struck grounded outs and also struck out looking. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's right down the middle, and it's now 1-1. Here to the Brookings shortstop. What hurt the Governors in the spring season was the amount of big innings allowed. There's a line shot up the middle, another base hit. Another run will come in to score and make it 7-5. And they have batted around as Brookings. Josh Devine, who opened the inning up with a hit by pitch, will now be back at the plate. So Devine, now the 10th man to come to the plate. First and second here with 2 away. Still in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch misses low and inside for ball 1. Runner on second, that same Harden. Zach Struck over at first. 1-0 pitch. 1-0 miss low, and it's now 2-0. Post State allowed, or excuse me, the Pierre Governors allowed in their 13 losses. I believe it had counted 7 times. They'd given up a 5-spot or more in those losses, as it's now a 3-0 count. I believe it was 8. They'd given up, so it was just too many big innings allowed. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That one's over for a strike, and it's now 3-1. Devine struck out swinging in the second, hit by a pitch. Here in the 4th, bats again in the 4th. 3-1 pitch. That one's on the outside edge, now 3-2. And everybody will get a head start here at first and second, and 2 away. A 5-run inning, 7-5, Brookings lead. 3-2 pitch. Looked at for strike 3, and the inning will finally come to an end. But not before 10 guys come to the plates. 5-run score on 3 hits in the inning. Excuse me, 4 hits in the inning. There was 1 error and 2 men left on base. So we head to the top of the 5th, and it's a brand new ball game. The Eights are down 7-5. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
Top of the fifth inning, and the Eights down 7-5. And have some work in front of them now after they led 5-0. Are finding themselves back down by 2. As Nathan Lease with a reprieve here. Top of the fifth, it's 4, 5, and 6. Merquan, Dean, and Nedved. Merquan is 1 for 2, singled and came around to score back in the third inning. First pitch over for strike one. Open things up here in the top of the fifth. Here's the 0-1. This is low, and it's now 1-1. Lease does not take a whole lot of time in between pitches. He works rather quickly. Here's a 1-1. And Merquan gets a piece of it, grounded out in front of the mound on the left side. The throw to first is in time from the third baseman, Devine. And the leadoff man taken care of here in the top of the fifth inning. And it'll bring up Bennett Dean. Bennett Dean is 1 for 2, singled in the second, flew out to right in the third. Here's the first pitch from Lease to Dean. He'll foul that one back to the netting, and it's 0-1. After tonight, again, we talked about the Veterans Classic, which is that first game of the tournament. They will play at 5:30 Central Time on Thursday. We'll have all of those games, the 4 games between Thursday through Saturday, and then the final game on Sunday. And you can watch them all on YouTube at KCCR Sports. And also on the air at KCCR. 1-1 pitch to Dean. This is low and inside, now 2-1. Home opener for the Eights is scheduled for Tuesday of next week. As that one is upstairs, and it's now 3-1 against Mandan. Before Wednesday going to Sioux Falls to face West and Spearfish. That one is outside, and Dean draws another walk. 4th time he's been walked here in the opener of this double of the season. 4th time in the doubleheader that he's been walked. And now it's going to be Gary Nedved. Nedved singled home run. Back in the top of the third inning. First pitch is outside for ball 1. The Eights don't have too many home dates. After the June 7th game, as that one's fouled out of play, and it's now 1-1. After the June 7th doubleheader, they'll be back home on the 21st against Bismarck for just one game, and then the 22nd against Sioux Falls East for a doubleheader. That one will bounce in, gets in the turf. Good run, good job by Bennett Dean, who slides in and slides over the top of the bag. Like he's sitting on, end up sitting down on top of the bag, and this counts now 2-1. But a good read there from Dean. Saw the pitch in the dirt, took off before it even really got to the catcher. And now Nedved will sky that one out of play, and it's now 2-2. But 21st and 22nd at home, then 30th, 1st, 5th, and 6th, they'll all be at home for Post State. So an extended home visit. Then they're home on July 13th, 16th, and 18th. There's a ground ball left side. Fielded by the third baseman, Devine. Throw is wide. The throw not going to be back to third base. Dean took third on the throw. Throw is wide to first, and that will probably be an infield single for Gary Nedved. And it will be an infield single for Nedved. So it's now first and third here with one away. That really would have taken a perfect throw from the third baseman, Devine, to make that play happen. So here is now Grayson Hunsley, who's been on base twice. Reached on air and also fielder's choice. First pitch is outside for ball one to Grayson Hunsley. Scored both times he's been on base. That one is popped up into shallow center field, going back on it, coming in as the center fielder. And a play made by the center fielder and Clark. And, you know, the outfielders take charge on those all the time. But as Matt Hansen will come to the plate, because he was able to take charge and make the play, if the second baseman, Hershoff, goes back and makes the catch, Dean probably tags and has an opportunity to score. But with Clark making the catch, there's no shot at Dean able to score. So a very good play there by the Bandits in the outfield. First pitch misses low for ball one to Matt Hansen, who is 0 for 1. He walked and also reached on an error. Did score back in the second inning. Eights need this run over at third base right now. Counts 2-0. Johnny Lyons, the number 9 man, is on deck. The Eights need to find a way to score at least one of these two runs and get him back here at the top of the fifth inning. 2-0 pitch. That is at the top of the zone. Now 2-1. Big lead over at first base for Nedved. Here's the 2-1. Instead of pickoff attempt and back in safely is Nedved. Hansen had a base hit in game number 1, looking for his first hit here in game 2. That one is popped up on the right side in foul territory. The first baseman and Hamrick will make the catch and retires the side here in the fifth. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Eights down 7-5. You're listening to Post-8 Baseball here on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com. Comtech is a total technology solutions provider. Comtech is ready to get technology to work for you, not against you. Stop into Comtech to see our selection of TVs, home audio systems, computers, and security systems. They have brand names like Samsung, Bose, Sonos, and Lenovo, just to name a few. Comtech has what you're looking for in technology. Stop in at 1601 Lowell Avenue in Pierre, or visit their website at comtechplus.com. Comtech, your trusted technology solutions provider.
Back here, bottom of the fifth inning. Post-Eights down 7-5. Jaden Wiebe is now on the mound for the Eights as he relieves Lincoln Keenels. Keenels will go to second. Wiebe goes from second to the mound. As we look at his numbers from last summer, 22 innings pitched in 9 appearances. He went 1-1, 33 hits allowed, 24 runs, 22 of them earned, 14 walks and 15 strikeouts, an ERA of 7 and a whip of 2.136. You look at the spring numbers for Jaden Wiebe, who threw excellent down the stretch for the Governors, 12 2/3 innings in 8 relief appearances going into the state tournament. 3.316 ERA, 1.263 whip. He had just 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. He did hit 1 man. So he really pitched to a lot of contact when he was on the mound for the Pierre Governors, and he looks to do the same here in the bottom of the fifth and potentially farther along for Post State. Here as we play into the fifth inning, 7-5 lead for the Brookings Bandits. There's a swing and a miss on the first pitch to Peyton Theodosopoulos. 8-9-1. Theodosopoulos, Clark, and Harden. That one's popped foul and out of play, and the count is now 0-2. Here to Theodosopoulos. He is 1 for 2, doubled. Came around to score. Back in the bottom of the fourth inning in that 5-run inning for the Bandits. 0-2 pitch. Good pitch, but a better take from Theodosopoulos, and the count's now 1-2. Weeby from the windup, 1-2 pitch. That's outside, and the count's even at 2-2. Austin Clark, then Lincoln Harden. The big opportunity here for Brookings to expand their lead. The Governors really need that big zero after failing to score in the top of the fifth inning. That one missed low, and the count is now full at 3-2. Here is the 3-2 pitch. That one's popped foul, out of play again. And it remains with a payoff pitch upcoming. Jade Weeby again, 3-2 pitch to Theodosopoulos. Takes it for strike 3, and the leadoff man retired. The backwards K. And there's one down, Austin Clark. Nobody on here at the bottom of the fifth. Still about a half an hour away from sunset here in Brookings. Here's the first pitch to Austin Clark. He'll go the other way with it. Nedved dives and nearly comes away with it. Maybe 6 inches away from making that diving play. Ends up going foul. And Nedved trying to maybe end up falling on the leg, making that diving attempt and trying to work it out. Seems to be okay. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Clark reached on a fielder's choice and also was hit by a pitch. He's 0 for 1, but been on base both times and scored both times. 0-2. Curveball that stays above the zone, and it's now 1-2. Getting some scores across the state here in not the official opening day. For a lot of teams, it is their first game. One of the teams, Aberdeen, they beat Sioux Falls West 6-2 in the first game, then lost 4-2 in game 2. Yankton beat Huron 17-1 in the first game of the doubleheader. Mitchell shut out Renner 2-0. Also have Post 22 and 320 playing a single game tonight. That one's popped up left side, foul territory. Johnny Lyons gives chase but runs out of room. So it stays at 2-2. As Austin Clark trying to be a one-out base runner here for the Brookings Bandits. Here's a 2-2. There's a line shot, base hit out into left field. A one-out single for Austin Clark. He's on base all 3 times here in this ball game. And it brings up Lincoln Harden, the top of the order now for the Bandits. Harden is 0 for 3, reached on an error in the third inning and came in to score. Flew out to center, popped out to short. Ended up being an infield fly roll. He came to the plate with the bases loaded, nobody out. That was the first man that Keno saw. First pitch to him is just a bit outside. A little bit low, down trying to paint the corner. The count is 1-0. Now we get time called. And Lincoln Harden steps back out. He really exaggerates before he steps back into the box. He really exaggerates trying to cut the ball through the middle on his swings. Runner takes off. Harden swings and fouls it out of play down the first base side, and it's now 1-1. I say, if you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He really exaggerates kind of stepping through and going through the zone, as he does right there, and trying to stay level and put the ball in a line somewhere. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Wiebe. There's a line drive, scooped up by Keenels up the middle. A throw to first is in time. Of 4-3 double play to get out of the inning. Good play there from Lincoln Keenels, who is playing second now. But he's able to get the double play, turned at the bag at second by himself, and ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. 5 complete here at Bob Sheldon Field. A 7-5 lead for the Brookings Bandits over the Post-8s. Listen to Post-8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman at Floss Dentistry in Pierre is family-owned and operated. They have modern practice with skill and caring staff. They have same-day availability. Floss Dentistry is located at 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre with hours Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Give them a call at 605-224-2161 and don't put off that scheduled cleaning any longer. Floss Dentistry, 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, or give Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman a call at 605-224-2161.
Lil Sweet! Did you miss your exit?
For the second time in a row.
Ooh, third time's a charm. You deserve a treat for that time on the road. Did you lose your favorite sunglasses?
Yes, and they were on my head.
Or did you remember your wallet? But forget your phone instead. So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you meal prep all your lunches and order tacos instead?
I'm so ashamed. Please don't tell my wife.
I went to the grocery store and actually remembered my reusable bags.
Earth-friendly, so safe. It's one of a kind, it'll blow your mind. That deserves a Dr. Pepper.
And Johnny Lyons will take the first pitch right back up the middle for a leadoff single. And that's how we start the top of the 6th inning. Lyons is now 3 for 3 with 3 singles in the ball game. And it brings up the top of the order in Lincoln Keenels. See if the governor, see if Post-8 can get something moving here right away. Keenels goes the other way with that first pitch of the at-bat. He'll fly out to right field to Theodosopoulos. And there's now 1 on and 1 out. Keenels has done the same thing in his 4 plate appearances. Single, fly out to right, fly out to right. And now here is Brecken Kruger, who is into the ball game. He came in whenever Keenels went to the mound. George Stalley, he was the DH. He comes in the DH spot, so now Brecken Kruger in the number 2 spot takes ball 1, as that was a good block there from Sam Harden to keep Lyons over at first base. Lease from the stretch. That one's over for a strike, and it's now 1-1. And no activity in the bullpen and just outside of right field. Looks like Lease has got the opportunity to go as long as he can. There's a ground ball. It is stopped by the third baseman. The throw to second for 1. Back to first is not going to be in time. Stabbed over at third base by Devine. Was able to get the lead runner on 5-4 on the fielder's choice. And there's now 2 down. And it brings up Jaden Wiebe. Still runner on first base here in the top of the 6th. Wiebe's 0 for 3. Reach on a fielder's choice. And then flew out to left and right so far. First pitch over for strike 1. To Jaden Wiebe. Merkwan and then Bennett Dean. 0-1 pitch is upstairs, trying to back pick over at first base, and Kruger dives back in safely. As the first baseman and Hamrick really had no opportunity to make the tag and didn't catch the ball cleanly either. Here's the 1-1. It's outside, now 2-1 here to Wiebe. Merkwan, Dean, Nedved. Be the next 3 hitters here for Post State. And that one is skied high, left center field. Coming in is the center fielder. Making the catch is Clark. Retires the side. Here in the top of the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Post State down 7-5 to Brookings as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Listen to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
So as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, Post State's down 7-5, and they need a 0. They need a big 0 here. Breck Hershoff, Henry Hamrick, and Ashton Whitty, 2, 3, and 4 for the Brookings Bandits. And it looks like Brookings will go to a closer in the 9th inning. Or it's the 9th inning, 7th inning. I feel like the 9th inning, but we'll see if that man has an opportunity for a save or not. And for Post State, they want to give him the opportunity for the save and then have a blown save because it's a 7-5 ball game going to the top of the 7th, and they want to try and maybe score a couple runs in the top of the 7th. Here is Breck Hershoff, though, for Brookings. He is 1 for 2 so far. Double, struck out looking, also had a sac fly RBI. First pitch to him, misses low for ball 1. We'll be on for a 2nd inning of work here in the bottom of the 6th. That pitch will miss low, and it's now 2-0. Five runs, 10 hits for Post State. They have 2 errors. There's a ground ball up the middle. Hanson will field it short. The throw across is in time. Good play there from Matt Hanson. Leadoff man retired here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And here's Henry Hamrick. But 5 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for Post State. 7 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for Brookings. The 8's currently out hitting the Bandits, but behind where it matters the most. Trying to show bunt was Hamrick. Pulls it back and taking ball 1. A 5 spot in the 4th inning is the reason why this Bandits team has a 2-run lead. That one's off the glove of Hunsley, but it is a strike. Well, the count is even at a ball and a strike. Hamrick is 1 for 2. Singled home 2 runs. And also flew out to left field. That one misses just a little bit low and outside. The count's now 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Hits him. That one got him up by the shoulder area, and Hamrick is on base for the 3rd time in the ball game. And here's Ashton Whitty, who has singled home a run in each of his last 2 trips to the plate. Runner on first and 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Whitty so far is 3 for 4. As he walked twice, had a single in the first game, grounded out to the third baseman Lyons, and also had 2 base hits here. So 3 for 4 to open up the season, and he's trying to add to it. First pitch, ground ball left side. Lyons will field at third and throw to second. They're going to say he is safe at second base, as Keenels did not come away with the catch. He was trying to quickly turn it into the throwing hand, and so they will not say it's in the transition and that he is just safe at second base. So it ends up being an air charge to Keenels at second. And was thinking about that throw to first from Keenels before he ended up making the catch. First pitch misses low for ball one. So it's now first and second here with one down. And it is Sam Harden, the catcher, looking for his first hit in the ball game. He's 0 for 2 so far. Pop out to short, walking and reaching on an air. That one's on the outside edge, and it's now 1-1. Leaning away from second is Hamrick. At first is Whitty. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one will bounce in. Good block there from Hunsley. Not trying to take third is Hamrick. The count is now 2-1. It's the hard part now. Hamrick is dancing out at second base. He's got some good speed, so it's not unimaginable that he would try and take third base. We'd be trying to hold him over at second base. That one is another pitch low and away, and it's now 3-1. Runners at first and second. One down here in the bottom of the sixth. 3-1 count. That one is a soft liner that will get down. Hanson will barehand the throw to third, and on the bag with his knee is Johnny Lyons. What a fantastic play that was from Hanson. Lyons was able to find the bag. They get the man out at third base, the lead runner. That was the only spot that they could get a guy out. And a good throw from Hanson. And Lyons fell right down on top of the bag. And there's now two down. And it brings up Zach Struck. He's got another RBI opportunity. He's driven in 5 so far today. 4 in game 1. Another one here in game number 2. That one's taken for a strike. And it's 0-1 here to Struck. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI single back in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Bounces in. Now 1-1. Good block again there by Hunsley. He's been good behind the plate for Post State here in this doubleheader. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball left side. Hanson will field. He'll throw the long way to first. It's going to be in time and retires the side here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Able to work around, hit by pitch in air. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. We have the top of the 7th, and Post State down by 2. We're going to try and make a comeback here. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At the Y, we're more than a gym. We're a cause-driven charitable organization nurturing the potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at the Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your Y at the Oahe Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Is the top of the 7th inning, and the Eights down 7-5. Nathan Lease will have the opportunity to try and finish it out himself, but he's got to deal with 4, 5, and 6 here for the Eights. Jack Merquan, Bennett Dean, and Gary Nedved. If anybody reaches base, and they're going to need several of these guys to reach base, Grayson Hunsley would be after that, and then Matt Hanson and Johnny Lyons. Merquan is 1 for 3, singled back of the 3rd and came around to score. First pitch is over for strike 1. Post State led 5-0 after 2.5. And then by the end of the fourth inning, they're down 7-5. There's a line shot, sliding play by the second baseman Hershoff. Retires Merquan. And that's how the first out happens here at the top of the seventh. And it brings up Bennett Dean. Dean is 1 for 2, singled, flew out to right field, also drew a walk. Here's the first pitch. Dean will take strike one. Nedved and Hunsley will follow. And tying run still sitting on deck. That one will bounce in, now 1-1. Post State had tying runs on base, go-ahead run on base as well in the top of the seventh in game one. They lost 6-4. End up grounding into a game-ending double play. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Dean. That one will be grounded off the foot of Dean. So it ends up being a foul ball, and the count's now 1-2. And a new life here for Dean. After that would have been a ground out had it not gone off his foot. Here's the 1-2. Outside, 2-2. A good take there by Dean on a two-strike approach. Here's a 2-2 from Lease to Dean. Just a bit outside. It's now 3-2. Good pitch, better take. And now the count is full. And the payoff pitch. And Dean will rip that one foul back to the screen. We'll do it again here at a full count, 3-2. Here's a 3-2 again. Dean will roll over on it to the second baseman. Hershoff the throw to first. 2 down now here in the top of the seventh, and Post State's an out away from being swept here
First baseman, number 17,
in Brookings.
Nedved.
And their next South Dakota game, while it could be on Sunday, depending on how the other pool finishes, next South Dakota game not until next week, Wednesday, as that will be a ground ball fielded by the first baseman. Step on the bag at first. Gary Nedved grounds out to Hamrick, and that will retire the side and end the ball game. A 1-2-3 inning for Nathan Lease, who goes the distance. A complete game for Lease as Brookings wins 2 ball games with a 2-run advantage in both of them as they win it 7-5 in game number 2. We'll step aside for 2 minutes, come back with the post-game show, wrap it up here from Bob Sheldon Field. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The count may change with every pitch, but what doesn't change is God's love for you. Come join us at Faith Lutheran Church to hear about the God who blesses us with athletic skill, meaningful relationships, and the peace and comfort that comes from his Son Jesus. You can worship on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. or on Sunday mornings at 8:30 or 11 a.m. Faith Lutheran Church is up the hill at 714 North Grand and happy to support our athletes, their families, and our community.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports.
It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC. When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Back here at Bob Sheldon Field, the Eights let the second game get away from them. It was a 5-0 lead after 2.5. They scored 3 in the second and 2 in the third to make a 5-0 advantage, but then 2 runs in the bottom of the third and then a 5-run fourth for the Bandits in the bottom of the fourth. And no pun intended, but they steal it from the Eights in this ball game as they were out hits were the Bandits 10-7. And the Eights just unable to take advantage of some extra hits, take advantage of the walks, but they get 10 hits in Game 2, scored just 5 runs. They had 3 errors, left 7 men on base. Brookings had 7 runs on 7 hits, 3 errors, and 8 men left on base, as the Eights will start the season 0-2, and 0-2 also in South Dakota games. So they will be looking to get a reprieve here Thursday through Saturday in terms of the Veterans Classic and where they don't have to worry about playing South Dakota opponents. Sunday might be a different story, but you just get some wins going for the Eights in the Veterans Classic, which they'll be playing at the Fitz Thursday through Saturday. We'll have all those games on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, and then Sunday they'll finish out that tournament. But unfortunately, didn't get the win in game number 2 for the Eights, as they drop a second game by 2 runs. They lost the first one 6-4, the second one 7-5, and both games took an hour and 45 minutes each. So Post State now will be looking for their first wins come Thursday. That's a single game on Thursday, 5:30 first pitch. Be on the air about 5:15, and there's the potential of maybe getting behind schedule a little bit, but for the most part, we'll have that game at 5:30 Central Time. Will be on the air at 5:15. So if you're making the trip out to Rapid City, just know that I'm talking Central Time for all these opportunities for Post State to play. So be on the air at 5:15 Central Time on Thursday as they'll take on Laramie in the first game of the pool play at the Fitz for the Veterans Classic coming up this weekend. So that'll wrap things up for us here from Bob Sheldon Field. Thanks to Jacob Mayer back at the station. John Wickler here signing off, back on the air 5:15 Central Time on Thursday. Post State falls in both games. They fall 6-4 in Game 1, 7-5 in Game number 2, as we say goodnight from Bob Sheldon Field.
You've been listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post State Baseball is brought to you by Dr. Pepper, Floss Dentistry, Comtech, Wagner Auto, Dakota Sprinkler, CHS River Plains, Kathy Sunshine Properties, True Green, B&B Equipment, Oahe Federal Credit Union, and Gales Gas. Post State Baseball is also brought to you by AirTech, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Olson Plumbing, First Dakota National Bank, Ferding Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, Avera, Zander Auto Parts, Edward Jones Financial, Todd's Electric, Lamb Auto, Kruger Contracting, the Oahe YMCA, Bank West, and Fisher Rounds. Join us all season for Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of